Will the Lord ever stop blowing my mind? Hang with me because I'm going to blow your mind. So let me just read like one sentence from the book of John. It starts, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Does that kind of phrasing sound familiar to anybody? Sounds a whole lot like Genesis 1, right? Don't worry, this isn't where I'm blowing your mind, but I think you do need, as a basis of an understanding, to realize that it is very intentional that John 1 starts similar to Genesis, because what is Genesis all about? Original creation, the creation of life. What is John 1 all about? Jesus as rebirth, as new life. So you get born once, that's your creation of life. But then there's this rebirth and this new creation through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. So it is not just a coincidence that those two start the same, but just wait, because this is where my mind was blown. So as we know from Genesis, God created the heavens and the earth in 7 days. There is evening and night in every single day except talked about on that 7th day, because that is when the Lord was done. That is when he rested. That is that number 7 all throughout the Bible, but especially even starting in creation, 7 shows completeness. He was finished. Genesis is all about that new creation, the first life, and God being fully complete and finished with his work on the 7th day. So then if you hop over to the book of John, which is all about Jesus and his work and his miracles and how we get that new life, new creation through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, it is of course no coincidence that they have mirrored it to how Genesis was written, because it's our only chance at a new life or rebirth outside of our original creation. If you actually match up the lines, you see that in Genesis, when it gets to the 7th day and there is completeness, John leaves you hanging. It just kind of stops that he came to bear witness about the light, right? It doesn't mention anything as you match them up about that completeness you get from Genesis when the Lord was finished. Okay, so you're kind of left hanging. You know that Jesus is coming. You know what he's coming for. You know he's the promised Messiah, but it doesn't say anything like, what were Jesus's final words when he died on the cross? The death of Jesus, right here at the end of John. When Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. And as we know, we should never take the English version of the words in the Bible for face value, because they have so much more meaning than what can be perfectly translated in English. So the word finished originally was this word that I can't even pronounce, but it doesn't just mean like done. Oh, I'm gonna get emotional. It means the work is complete. In Genesis, God created all this beauty and this life for us, and then it was complete, and he rested on the 7th day. Then we go to John, and it is perfectly crafted like Genesis, because it is our only hope. Jesus is our only hope in new life, in new birth, and recreation. And it leaves us hanging as we match the stanzas, because the work isn't complete until Jesus dies for us. And we only rest because we can rest in him. So anyway, I hope I did that even a little bit of justice.